In this video, we're going to be checking out a green Russian Big Muff and talking a little bit about the history, what they sound like compared to other Big Muff pedals. Then we're going to do a demo on guitar and bass and check it out in a live mix. So we're starting right now, but before we do, I'm Jason from Fuzzlord Effects, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the weekly music gear related videos that we put out. I want to give a big thanks to my friend Josh that let me borrow this green Russian Big Muff to use in this video. I'm curious to know if you got any favorite musicians or bands that use the green Russian Big Muff, or if you have a favorite variant of the Big Muff. So drop a comment below. I'm curious to know what that is. The green Russian Big Muffs are not the oldest. They actually came out in the mid-90s. So they're one of the more recent Big Muffs that have become really collectible. They're really popular with bass guitar players because they have a lot of low end. They're a little bit lower gain than like a USA NYC muff, and they have a very specific sound in the mids. So very popular with bass players, but they've also been made famous by the Black Keys. They used them on a lot of the early albums. Again, if you know someone that uses a Big Muff, especially the green Russian ones, drop a comment below because I'm really curious to learn some more musicians that use these really cool sound pedals. This is the Bubble Font green Russian Muff. 3 controls, really awesome case, and a switch that looks like it could have been a part off of a tank. These were built by Sovtek. Electro Harmonics put these into production in Russia. They're referred to as the Russian Muffs because they actually come from Russia. They've become really collectible pedals and they have a really unique sound. So for the normal demo portion, I'm going to be playing a Fuzzlord FTW45 amplifier. It's very much like a JTM45, like a vintage Marshall. And that's running into a 2-notes captor as a load box, and a 2-notes cab M is a cab sim running into Reaper. The guitar I'm using today is a custom build from JML Guitars, and it has an aluminum neck on it from Obscura MFG. That's the folks that make all of the enclosures for the Fuzzlord Effects line, all of our aluminum enclosures for our pedals. And for the bass portion of this demo, I'm going to be playing a Fender Jazz Bass. Both the guitar and the bass are tuned to C standard. So I'm curious to know what you think of the overall sound of this pedal. It's got a very specific sound to the mids and a little bit lower gain. I think it's got a really unique sound, and it always reminds me of the early Black Keys albums. So with that in mind, let's check out a little live mix. Guitar and drums playing some Black Keys. Name that riff if you know it below. hope that gives you an idea of what the Green Russian Muff sounds like on guitar and in a mix with drums. So let's check it out on bass now, since this is a really popular pedal with bass players. So what'd you think? Drop a comment below, let me know what you thought of this pedal, how it sounded. I'm also curious to know if you know any bands or musicians that used Green Russian Big Muffs, and if you have a favorite version of the Big Muff. Again, I'm Jason from Fuzzlord Effects. I really appreciate you watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the weekly music gear related videos that we put out. Keep up with me on a daily on the Instagram page at Fuzzlord Effects. Check out fuzzlordeffects.com if you want to hear more pedal demos and check out what kind of gear and merch that we have. And a big thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. I'll talk to you in the comments, and I'll see you in next week's video. If you want to keep up with me on a daily, check out the Instagram page at Fuzzlord Effects. If you want to help support this YouTube channel, check out the link to our Patreon page. If you want to check out some pedals, t-shirts, hats, or anything else in between, fuzzlordeffects.com in the description, take you right there. So until next video, I will talk to you all in the comments. But before we wrap up, speaking of Patreon, I want to give a big thank you to all of our Patreon supporters whose names are running on the screen right now. These are all the people that help support this YouTube channel and make it possible for us to do things like have an awesome space to record demos at. So I really appreciate each and every one of you whose names are on the screen right now. I also want to give a big thank you to Jeremy Hansen, Rustin Rossenberger, David Zeigler, Steve Reese from Does It Doom, and all of the folks at Illuminati Guitars. Really appreciate you folks. Again, I will talk to you all in the comments, and I will see you next video.